Because dogs want to be in action. They're ready to go. I don't understand why dogs. How do they know? They're just wagging their tails no matter what's being played. Do they have heart rate monitors?
Well, I mean, that could have been part of it. You never know.
They have to. They're dogs.
Again,
dogs
researchers got paid to do
yeah,
this.
we learned dogs love music. All right, well, maybe this is a little better. Ben & Jerry's is unveiling 3 new ice cream flavors. The Urban Bourbon flavor combines burnt caramel ice cream, almonds, fudge flakes, and a bourbon caramel swirl. Ben & Jerry's also announced Truffle Kerfuffle, not the Truffle Shuffle, vanilla ice cream with roasted pecans, fudge chips, and a salted caramel ganache. And Oat of this Swirled has brown sugar ice cream, fudge flakes, and oatmeal cinnamon cookie swirls. Yeah, they need more ingredients in these. All 3 new flavors hit stores in mid-February.
Meantime, the grown-up version of cookies and milk has arrived. A brewing company in Virginia created Oreo beer.
Yeah.
The brew is called Hornswoggler. It's made by Vale Brewing Company, which is based out of Richmond. The brewery says the beer is a chocolate milk stout conditioned with hundreds of pounds of Oreo cookies. 4 packs of the beer sold out within a day, but the brewery says it still has some on draft at its tap room in Richmond.
They are running out of craft beers.
They're running out of ideas.
Yeah, exactly. What do we got? No, that's been done. Okay, fine. We have some Oreos. Cool.
Let's do it. Throw it in.
Do we have a name?
Chop it up.
Call it whatever.
Hornswoggle. Done.
Let's do it.
Sold.
Don't mess with America.
Welcome back to the Final Five. We all know our founding fathers loved freedom, but they were also pretty fond of drinking. And that's why we are here with Julia from the Palm, who's mixing up some drinks that coincide with some of our founding fathers. And I'm going to bring in a little help here. Lindsay Watts, come on in.
Thank you.
Of course,
back here.
we have a drinking segment. We're mixing up some drinks.
I just walked in the door for my live shot, and I just ran right in here.
You are our presidential historian, so that's why we brought you in for this.
This one right here is going to be our French martini with a little twist of pomegranate for you.
Well, I was going to get mad at you for making the founder of our country a French martini, but
a lot of them were involved with the French.
They did help with the original Brexit in 1776. So it's Lafayette. Maybe it's the Lafayette. The staffers working at President Trump's White House must be making bank, right? I mean, it's a high-pressure, high-stress job, but it might not pay as much as you'd think. Well before the backroom $1,000 handshakes, of course. An official list of staff salaries was released today. White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer pulls in $179,700 a year for his role. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot. That's like doctor money. But he has to go out in front of the press every day and defend the president. So maybe he'll do more on-camera briefings if he gets a little raise. Spicer is among the highest paid White House employees. Kellyanne Conway, whose role is senior counselor to the president, makes the same salary as Spicer, as do other notable employees, including Steve Bannon and Omarosa. As for the president's daughter, Ivanka, she and her husband, Jared Kushner, were both listed with salaries of $0. They both pledged not to receive income from Trump's administration. That's outside of the deals they're making all over the world. But anyway, the White House has been required to provide Congress with a report of all employees' titles and salaries since 1995. All right, the Final Five is back.
Wait a minute, hold up, Brody, before we go to break.
Yes?
I just want to ask you, 180 grand, would that be enough to get you to be the White House press secretary?
1,000%. In fact, I'll take the job now for $1 less than Sean Spicer's getting paid.
Really?
Yeah, he doesn't even have to go on camera anymore.
That's true.
And it's actually pretty cool because you get to use your kind of creative muscles because you get to come up with new ways to defend each thing the president does. And it's a dynamic job. You never know what he's going to do. Ooh, what do I get to defend today? Who did he call out? It's great. It's a great job.
Spicer is always on the hot seat, it seems, and he might not have that job much longer. So
see, okay, I have a theory that the reason we're not seeing Spicer so much is because he's become too much of a celebrity. And the administration wants to tone that down a little bit because he's becoming too big time.
That's true.
And maybe he is going to want to raise. It makes you a celebrity. He can pick any job he wants after this.
All right.
Except for surgeon. That actually takes
that does take
ability.
A specific skill.
He can take this job.
All right. We can go to break now.
All right, let's go to break now. Final Five is back next with who's sleeping soundly and who's tossing and turning tonight. Please stay with us.
Well, more guys are trying to get rid of wrinkles before their wedding day. There has been a big surge in the number of grooms heading to the dermatologist's office for a cosmetic makeover before they walk down the aisle. Experts say cosmetic procedures for grooms are up 63% over the past 5 years. The most common treatments include Botox, fillers, and laser treatments.
When'd you get married?
Yeah, about a year and a half, almost 2 years ago, year and a half ago.
Might be time to go back.
Yeah, I got some crow's feet. I might need to. Well, I don't want to get back. You know, I've already married once.
There you go. I'm just saying.
One time. I don't need to go back to
We
the.
really didn't do it. We're back after this. Sidewalks and driveways. By the way, the hoverboard does not come into the family home. It stays outside because of possible fire risks.
Well, the good news is if there's too much snow, he can just run into it and then it'll explode and blow up the snow mass.
Allegedly.
Oh, I love the young entrepreneurs.
I'm telling you, that kid was smart.
Don't you?
That kid was smart.
Have you ever been on one of those?
I can't get
Yeah.
on Flag
Yeah.
Mountain without ice and snow.
For
Without
about
falling.
6 seconds.
Yeah.
Before I went up.
I got pretty good at ours before we.
And they move into a playoff spot in the National League.
Okay, I don't know. That might be a bit premature. I mean, to say no, guys. Hey, do not pop that champagne. Do not pop that champagne. All right, cut the music. Cut the music, guys. Pack up the party. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay. It's not, the Rockies didn't do anything yet.
That's awesome, you guys.
No, keep the champagne corked. Or you want to be the next Elio Castroneves. What do? Will you come here to Columbia, Maryland for the first ever Maryland Varsity Karting Championship? Now, let me ask you, do you think you could have made that shot?
Yeah, I could have made that
All right, let's see. 3 men on him, Pierce on the elbow. 3, 2, throw it away. What? This is one of the most physically exhausting things I've ever done, but even when there was a chance to touch the puck or maybe score, I'd want to hold my breath just that much longer. We've always maintained a standard of real competition, which is why tonight's sham of a race between Michael Phelps and a shark will never have a place in the close 5 top 5. They weren't in the water at the same time. Phelps was timed, then sharks were timed. He didn't race a shark. He raced a simulation of a shark that looked more fake than the Jaws in Jaws 3. And that's the one where you could see screws in the animatronic shark's gills. Mr. Phelps' Discovery and Shark Week Committee, you should all be ashamed of yourselves. And unlike them, the close 5 top 5 has integrity. And in that spirit, here are this week's top 5 plays. This is 29-month-old basketball savant Calvin, and this baby gets buckets. Anyone can watch the USA versus Germany at a pro-American watch party, but I wanted to go behind enemy lines in the most obnoxious way possible. By how many goals is Germany going to lose this match?
We're not losing. You have hope, and we have Angara.
Did you wear these wristbands because you were anticipating sweating a lot?
Yes, I know because of all the cheating I'm going to do.
Yeah.
All right. 5'10" and 1/8 of an inch.
Oh.
Looks good.
Yep.
Here's your $22 million check.
Oh, thank you very much. Thanks, Quentin.
That's it.
Now, giving someone a guaranteed $22 million check, I'm just going to put that away real quick. Hold on to that. Just because he measured over 5'10" is a bit absurd, because it is absurd. That's what happened today with Heisman Trophy winner Kyler Murray. He played like a #1 pick at Oklahoma, but NFL teams needed him to measure up before they cut that check. That's roughly what Nikola Jokic did, less awkwardly. When a fight started between the Nuggets' Mason Plumlee and the Jazz's Derek Favors, Jokic took a small hop and a few steps, or maybe 4 steps. Either way, he barely moved off the bench. For that, he's suspended. You might be saying, but Brody, they stuck to the letter of the law. Basketball without laws is lawless. Well, here's what the rule book says. During an altercation, all players not participating in the game must remain in the immediate vicinity of their bench. Violators will be suspended without pay for a minimum of 1 game and fined up to $50,000. The immediate vicinity. The NFL's catch rule thinks that's vague. So if he just stood up, is that too much? If Jokic went over and got a hot dog during the fight, would he get fined? I mean, he's technically in the vicinity of the bench. He's not escalating the fight. Even the NBA doesn't know how to enforce this statute, especially when Steph Curry is involved. In the preseason, after Lance Stevenson threw a punch at Quinn Cook, Curry walked into the court. There he is. The NBA said, well, this wasn't an altercation, so Curry can't be suspended. Yeah, a punch was thrown, a player was ejected, but it wasn't an altercation. Sadly, the NBA doesn't see Joker on Curry's level. Well, after finishing their season undefeated with a win over Auburn, UCF is declaring themselves 2017 national champions, complete with a parade at Disney World. Some people are saying they're undeserving based on their record, but other schools have claimed way worse. Oklahoma State claims a 1945 title when they finished 5th. Alabama claims 1941 when they lost 2 games and finished 25th. UCF has as good a claim as any, and that is why, for the first time ever, I am awarding the University of Central Florida the Fox 5 Tony Perkins Memorial National Championship Trophy. Danny White, the athletic director at UCF, come claim your trophy. You can have it at your parade at Disney World. Listen, we don't even recognize the national championship game because you know what? UCF beat the team that beat both of them.
That's true.
They win this lovely, lovely trophy. Now you might be saying, is this an old softball trophy with the Larry O'Brien trophy on top? No.
It is dusty, though.
It's a little bit dusty, but that's because no one's ever claimed it before.
That's true. It's been sitting here in our bases for years.
Yes, we don't really know what it's for.
It's just like Tony Perkins, it's old and dusty.
He couldn't resist.
However, you said it's the memorial. I'm not dead.
It's gonna break. Oh!
Don't worry, we don't know what it's for anyway.
Sorry, UCF. On the heels of everyone's favorite mountain lion survivor coming forward today, I wanted to know who is the sports equivalent of Travis Kaufman, an athlete that wouldn't surprise you if you heard he or she fought off a mountain lion. I got a lot of answers. Most of them saying, say, James Harrison, Steven Adams, a lot of Lindsey Vonn. Broncos were in the mix. Derek Wolfe, not surprising. Even a sweet giant like Nikola Jokic was mentioned, although he's too nice. He'd probably just try to hug it to sleep. Even chain-smoking golfer Miguel Angel Jimenez got a mention. Look at that. But after over 2,000 replies, not one person mentioned an Avalanche player. Not one. Probably because the way the Avs have been playing, everyone assumed the Mountain Lion would be up 3-0 before the Avs even knew they were being attacked. To pick a winning bracket, I consulted the best numbers people I could find. A math professor with a PhD from CU that specializes in bracketology, and bingo players. Trying to pick March Madness teams, and what better to pick numbers than at bingo? I gotta work on my pitch is what you're saying. Yeah. Purdue.
She bingoed on B7.
You bingoed on B7?
Yeah, so that's going to be a lucky number.
Cincinnati Bearcats, 7 seed, B7. Both experts love 9s. About Oklahoma as a 9.
That's fine. They're close to us.
They are
to Colorado.
Close to Colorado, and they're a 9. B13. St. Louis Billikens, 13 seed. Okay.